Hey guys, and welcome to bonus episode 1 of Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. I know it's been like forever since the finale of this LP. Okay, maybe not that long, but anyways, as promised today, y'all, I will be going through the Suburban Almanac and reading all the entries for all the plants and all the zombies since we discovered all of them in the actual Let's Play. So we are now going to get a little bit of backstory behind each of the plants and each of the zombies we have seen throughout the 51 episodes of this Let's Play. And also, not only that, but this is sort of a bonus that was suggested by Tiberius64, and it's that I will be rating each of the plants as we go through. I don't think I'll rate the zombies. I'm just going to say that, you know, it's pretty obvious that some are more dangerous than others and so on, so just deal with them as you may. But the plants, I'm going to be rating them on a 1 to 5 scale. 1 meaning, let's see, because I'm going to have, like, different, like, each number on the scale is going to have, like a meaning to it. Like, 1, I believe 1 could be useless. 2 would be, lame. 3 would be, good, or meh, something like that. Or, let's see. Actually, I think meh would be fine for 3. 4 would be awesome, and 5 being overpowered. So that's basically how I'm gonna be rating the plants as I go through. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rating next to on as a title, as well as, you know, saying it myself and explain the rating as I give it to each plant. So let's just get started. So anyways, if you are not interested in watching a video of me just reading entries, then please do not watch this episode. And if you do, don't complain in the comments, because I made this one separate video for that specific reason. So do not complain in the comments. If you do, then that's your problem, not mine. And so, without further delay, let's get on with this. Let's start with our very first plant, the pea shooter. Actually, I believe sunflowers. I don't know. Okay, I'm pretty sure pea shooter was first. So, anyways, pea shooters are your first line of defense. They shoot peas at attacking zombies. Damage is normal. How can a single plant grow and shoot so many peas so quickly? Pea shooter says. Hard work, commitment, and a healthy, well-balanced breakfast of sunlight and high-fiber carbon dioxide make it all possible. It costs 100 sun and it recharges fast. Now, as for the damage, basically what normal means is that it will take 10 hits to kill a regular zombie, just for a point of reference. I don't know how many like, I believe coneheads take 20 hits and bucketheads take 30 hits. That's my guess and how that all works. But I'm just going to say that that's how that goes. So it's basically, it takes 30 shots from pea shooter to kill a buckethead and 20 shots to kill a conehead. And here's my rating on the pea shooter. My rating is... Now, keep in mind, you get this plant at the very beginning, so I'm not going to judge it harshly since it's not that powerful, because you get in the very beginning of the game. So I'm going to give it a 4. A 4 out of 5 for awesome, because it does what it does in it takes care of you in the very beginning of the game. Now, I would give it a 3, but I'm going to be generous and give it a 4, because I think for what it's worth, it's the tutorial plant, you should say. Like, yeah. Okay, so next, moving on, we're going to do the sunflower. Sunflowers are essential for you to produce extra sun. Try planting as many as you can. Sun production, normal. Sunflower can't resist bouncing to beat. Which beat is that? Why, the life-giving jazzy rhythm of the earth itself. Thumping at a frequency only sunflower can hear. Costs 50 sun and recharges fast. My rating for the sunflower is a 4. I mean, it may seem like I'm going to be getting a lot of plants this rain, but yes, sunflowers are essential. Without sunflowers, you could pretty much lose this game. Like, you can't win this game without sunflowers. Like, granted, there are some levels where you don't need sunflowers, like, let's say, the 10th level of each world. But other than that, you guys have seen me use sunflowers in every level, so I think it's safe to say that sunflowers are essential. You cannot live without them, so they definitely get a 4, but they're not overpowered. And so, we're going to move on to our next plant, which is the cherry bomb. Cherry bombs can blow up all zombies in an area. They have a short fuse, so plant them near zombies. Damage, massive. Range, all zombies in medium area. Usage, single use, instant. I won't explode, says Cherry number 1. No, let's detonate instead, says his brother Cherry number 2. After intense consolation, they agree to explode-donate. Oh my god. And it costs 150 sun, and the recharge is very slow. Now, I'm gonna give this plant a 3 for meh. And here's why. I don't think that, like, for some reason, like, whenever I use emergency plants, I tend to use this the least. And for one thing, I think it costs too much. Like, I think they should at least, like, bring the sun cost down to at least 125 or 100. But yeah, I think 150 is too much. So I don't really tend to use this plant that much when I, you know, use it as a emergency plant. I just don't see, like, I can see where it would be very useful, but at the same time, I think it costs too much sun. So that's basically my take on the cherry bomb. Moving on, walnuts. Walnuts have hard shells, which you can use to protect your other plants. Toughness is high. People wonder how I feel about getting constantly chewed on by zombies, says Walnut. What they don't realize is that with my limited senses, all I can feel is a kind of tingling, like a relaxing back rub. Oh boy. Costs 50 sun and recharge is slow. And now, as for rating, I'm going to give the walnuts a 3. Because, for what it's, I mean, yes, it does a good job protecting your plants early on, but I think that I don't really see much use for it unless they give it to you in the 10th levels of each world, like they did before. Like, I remember in the 10th level of World 1, they gave us walnuts. So I guess when you're required to use, when the game makes you use them, I guess it's okay. And they are really fun when you use them in walnut bowling. But you know, other than that, whenever I like had the choice to use it in levels, I didn't really feel the need to use it. So, and that's why I'm giving it a 3 instead of a 4, like I did with the P-Sure, which, you know, doesn't do as much damage as other plants, but you get the idea. Moving on, potato mine. Potato mines pack a powerful punch, but they need a while to arm themselves. You should plant them ahead of zombies. They will explode on contact. Damage, massive. Range, all zombies in a small area. Usage, single use, delayed activation. Some folks say Potato Mine is lazy, that he leaves everything to the last minute. Potato Mine says nothing. He's too busy thinking about his investment strategy. Cost is 25 sun and recharge is slow. I'm gonna give this plant a 4 because this plant is so useful when you're just starting out, especially in survival mode, whether it be easy or hard. I think Potato Mine is definitely worth it. Its cost is very low. Sorry. Yes, it recharges slow, but it recharges fast enough that you can use it when you need it. So, and yes, also it's delayed when it activates. But you know what? As long as you place ahead zombies, it will do its job. It will help you get a good start on, you know, getting a really awesome setup going, because, you know, it'll take care of zombies, you know, temporarily while you're doing stuff, and plus it's already low on cost, so that's not a problem. So next plant, Snow Pea. Snow peas shoot frozen peas that damage and slow the enemy. Damage, normal, slow zombies. Folks often tell Snow Pea how cool he is, or exhort him to chill out. They tell him to stay frosty. Snow Pea just rolls his eyes. He's heard them all. Cost is 175 sun, recharges fast. As for rating, I give it a 4. I think that the fact that it slows down zombies is definitely worth it. Now, I probably never would give it a 5, but still, I would suggest that they lower the cost just a little bit, maybe to 150 sun or 125 sun, because think about it. It's just like a regular P-Sure. The only difference is that it slows down zombies. So, honestly, I think they should bring the cost down to 125 or 150, but that's just me. That's just my my opinion on the snow pea, but other than that, I think it's a very good plan, and it's very useful if you want to slow down zombies while having a complete pea shooter setup. So, it's definitely worth it. Alright, next plan, Chomper. Chompers can devour a zombie whole, but they are vulnerable while chewing. Damage is massive, range is very short, specialty is long delay between chomps. Chomper almost got a gig doing stunts for the Little Shop of Horrors, but it fell through when his agent demanded too much on the front end. Chomper's not resentful, though. He says it's just part of the business. Cost is 150 sun, and recharge is fast. Now for rating, I think I would also give the Chomper a 4. The Chomper, it's well, the fact that it kills zombies instantly, that's definitely like almost worth a 5. But the fact that it has the long delay between chomps, like it takes it like, I don't know how much, like I think it takes it like 30, maybe to 45 seconds to chew through a zombie. That doesn't sound like much time, but it's that time is crucial when you have so many zombies on screen at once, especially in survival mode. So that's why I give it a 4. Other than that, it's a really nice plant, you know? Alright, so, moving on. Repeater. Repeaters fire 2 peas at a time. Damage is normal for each pea. Fire speed is 2 times. Repeater is fierce. He's from the streets. He doesn't take attitude from anybody. Plant or zombie, and he shoots peas to keep people at a distance. Secretly, though, Repeater yearns for love. Cost is 200 sun and recharges fast. The Repeater is simply put, it's a pea shooter, but it shoots twice as fast, and thus it will kill zombies. It will kill regular zombies, well, actually all zombies for that matter, twice as fast as pea shooters, and thus I give it a 4. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird than getting it the same rating as a pea shooter, but really, that's I think Repeater deserves the same rating as a pea shooter, because you get it, like, I don't know, like, just to adapt to having more zombies, you know, more than the pea shooter can handle. So, I think it's just worth it, it's just as worth it to have it later on in the game as it is to have pea shooters early on in the game. So, you guys see what I'm saying? That's my, take on the Repeaters. And you know what? I'm a repeater myself, because I always repeat everything I say, as I established in a very early episode. Moving on to the mushrooms. Puff Shroom. Puff Shrooms are cheap, but can only fire a short distance. Damage is normal, range is short, sleeps during the day. I only recently became aware of the existence of zombies, says Puff Shroom. Like many fungi, I just assumed they were fairy tales or movie monsters. This whole experience has been a huge eye-opener for me. Cost is 0 sun, and it recharges fast. I give the Puff Shroom a 4. Because, really, how can you resist a free plant that temporarily takes care of zombies? Like, it can actually kill a regular zombie. I think it does just as much damage as a pea shooter, and granted, yes, its range is shorter than the pea shooter. Like, it only shoots like zombies that are like 3 squares away or closer. But it's still a really good plant. I mean, you can't deny that 0 sun is very, very good, considering it can kill a regular zombie. Now, granted, it's not going to be useful when you have a huge wave, but it's very useful when you're starting out. So there you go, Puff Shroom 4 rating. Next up, Sun Shroom. Sun Shrooms give small sun at first and normal sun later. Sun protection low, then normal. It sleeps during the day. Sun Shrooms hate sun. He hates it so much that when it builds up in his system, he spits it out as fast as he can. He just won't abide it. To him, sun is crass. Cost is 25 sun and recharges fast. Okay, Sun Shroom. I would also give this a 4. Because, let's face it, you need this plant when you're doing the nighttime levels. Unless you're good enough, like you're lucky enough to get the sun, have, sunflowers and get everything else set fast enough. If you're that, like, not as good at this game, like if you're so slow at getting things started on night levels just like me, then I'd recommend you use this, not the sunflower. But that's just me. So yeah, Sun Shroom also gets a 4. You can probably guess at this point that most of the plants on this list are going to get 4s because I think they're all, as general, but all of them, just about all of them are really good. But not all of them. But we'll get into that later. Okay, Fume Shroom. Fume Shrooms shoot fumes that can pass through screen doors. Damage is normal, penetrates screen doors. Range, all zombies in the fume cloud. Sleeps during the day. I was in a dead-end job producing yeast spores for bakeries, says Fume Shroom. Then Puff Shroom, bless him, told me about this great opportunity blasting zombies. Now I really feel like I'm making a difference. Costs 75 sun and recharges fast. Fume Shroom, I give you a 4 as well. Simply because he's very useful when you have screen door zombies, and you know, I have to say, yeah, it's just Fume Shrooms, they are definitely good to have. You know, especially when you don't have like a lot of the later plants to help you get through night levels more efficiently. So that's basically my take on the Fume Shroom. Again, I think it's a really good plant. Moving on, Grave Buster. Plant grave busters on graves or remove the graves. Usage, single use, must be planted on graves. Special, removes graves. Despite Grave Buster's fearsome appearance, he wants everyone to know that he loves kittens and spends his off hours volunteering at a local zombie rehabilitation center. It's just the right thing to do, he says. Costs 75 sun and recharges fast. Which means I give it a 4. Because for what it does, it's perfect. I mean, you use it, get rid of the graves, and then you probably won't ever use it again until the graves come back up. So, you guys get the idea. It's pretty straightforward how I feel about the Grave Buster. I'm pretty sure that's how everyone else feels about it. Moving on. Hypno Shroom. When eaten, Hypno Shrooms will make a zombie turn around and fight for you. Usage, single use, on contact. Special, makes a zombie fight for you. Sleeps during the day. Zombies are our friends, asserts Hypno Shroom. They're badly misunderstood creatures who play a valuable role in our ecology. We can and should do more to bring them round to our way of thinking. Cost 75 sun and recharges slow. I think the Hypnoshroom makes a perfect emergency plant, and thus I'm going to give it a 4. Because if you use it on a football player, my god, everything just turns around for you. Football players, definitely use Hypno Shrooms on them. No questions asked, and you will not regret it. And so, let's move on. Scary Shrooms. Scary Shrooms are long-range shooters that hide when enemies get near them. Damage is normal. Special, stops shooting when enemy is close. Sleeps during the day. Who's there? Whispers Scary Shroom. Voice barely audible. Go away! I don't want to see anybody! Unless it's the man from the circus. Costs 25 sun, recharges fast. Okay, Scary Shroom. Boy, if I had some bad times with you. With hiding into your hiding place when zombie was clearly on another row and not a threat to you. And so, I'm gonna give you a 3. First 3 in a while, because again, the fact that the Scary Shrooms hide down in the ground when zombies get near them, that's a huge defect. And it could be a huge problem if, you know, you're up against a huge wave of zombies and that happens. So that's why I give the Scary Shroom a 3 but for everything else it's good. Like I'd recommend when you use the Scary Shroom, put it in the back. It will save you a lot of panicking and stuff. Just saying. Alright, moving on. Ice Shroom. Ice Shrooms temporarily immobilize all zombies on the screen. Damage, very light, immobilizes zombies. Range, all zombies on the screen. Usage, single use, instant. Sleeps during the day. Ice Shroom frowns, not because he's unhappy or because he disapproves, but because of a childhood injury that left his facial nerves paralyzed. Cost 75 sun, recharge very slow. Ice Shroom, I give you a 4, because you saved my butt several times, especially against Dr. Edgar Zomboss, and occasionally in the regular levels. So I think the Ice Shroom rightfully deserves a 4, because again, it's those few seconds that the zombies are stopped is very, very crucial. Next up is the Doom Shroom. Doom shrooms destroy everything in a large area that leave a crater that can't be planted on. Damage is massive. Range, all zombies in a huge area. Usage, single use, instant. Special, leaves a crater. Sleeps during the day. You're lucky I'm on your side, says Doom Shroom. I could destroy everything you hold dear. It wouldn't be hard. Cost is 125 sun. Recharge is very slow. I'm kind of debating between a 4 and a 3 on the Doom Shroom because, again, that crater can be a problem if you're planning on planting in that area. But considering it does so much damage, like such massive damage, I'm gonna go easy on it and give it a 4. Because it can kill zombies, so it can kill like almost every zombie on screen for that matter, if you place in the right area, so that's why I give it a 4. Next up is the lily pad, moving on to the pool levels. Pool level plants. Lily pads let you plant non-aquatic plants on top of them. Special, non-aquatic plants can be planted on top of it. Must be planted in water. Lilypad never complains. Lilypad never wants to know what's going on. Put a plant on top of Lilypad, he won't say a thing. Does he have startling opinions or shocking secrets? Nobody knows. Lilypad keeps it all inside. Costs 25 sun, recharges fast. I give this plant a 4. Because it's essential for water levels, you get the idea. If the plant's essential, I'm gonna have to automatically give it a 4. Because you cannot survive without this plant, in your pool. Unless you have kelp vines. But we'll get to kelp vines here in a sec. Next up is Squash. Squashes will smash the first zombie that gets close to it. Damage is massive. Range, short range, hits all zombies that lands on. Usage, single use. I'm ready! Yell Squash, let's do it. Put me in. There's nobody better. I'm your guy. Come on. What you waiting for? I need this. Cost 50 sun, recharges slow. Now, while the slow charge is a setback, everything else about the Squash, it screams out a 4. So maybe a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 4. Because, my god, Squash is awesome. So if you have if you're ever in danger of one particular row, just put Squash on it, then you're fine. Especially if it's a big mass of zombies in one general area. Okay, moving on. 3-peater. 3-peater shoot peas in 3 lanes. Damage is normal for each pea. Range is 3 lanes. 3-peater likes reading, backgammon, and long periods of immobility in the park. 3-peater enjoys going to shows, particularly modern jazz. I'm just looking for that special someone, he says. 3-peater's favorite number is 5. Cost is 325 sun. Recharges fast. Now, I would say the 3-peater is overpriced, but, maybe the 25 sun is just tax. And if that's the case, then I give the 3-peater a 5. Yes, I know I'm probably crazy, and it's probably not as useful as some getting out to be, but I personally believe the 3-peater is one of the best plants in the game, hands down. You will have a good time if you get a entire 3-peater set going. It can be pretty awesome, pretty spectacular to watch. And so therefore, I give the 3-peater a 5. First plant on the list, let's move on. Tangle Kelp. Tangle Kelp are aquatic plants that pull the first zombie that nears them underwater. Damage is massive, usage, single use on contact. Must be planted in water. I'm totally invisible, Tangle Kelp thinks to himself. I'll hide here just below the surface and nobody will see me. His friends tell him they can see him perfectly well, but he'll never change. Costs 25 sun, recharge is slow. This is a perfect emergency plant when you're in a pool level, so I give it a 4. If it kills more than several zombies at once, I'd probably give it a 5, but I'm gonna go with a 4. Especially since the recharge is slow. But other than that, it's good for what it's worth, and it's worth the cost. Up next we have Jalapeno. Jalapenos destroy an entire lane of zombies. Damage is massive. Range, all zombies in a lane. Usage, single use, instantly. Gah! Jalapeno says. He's not going to explode, not this time, but soon. Oh, so soon. It's close. He knows it. He can feel it. His whole life's been leading up to this moment. Cost is 125 sun. Recharge is very slow. Now, unlike the cherry bomb, I give this plant a 4. It's a lot more worth the cost because it actually kills plants in an entire row, unlike just a big group of zombies. I think it's more worth it to destroy an entire row of zombies than a big group. But that's just me. So I give the jalapeno a 4, especially since it's more worth the cost than the cherry bomb is. Oh man, next up we have Spikeweed. Spikeweeds pop tires and hurt any zombies that step on them. Damage is normal, range, all zombies that walk over it, special, can't be eaten by zombies. Hockey is Spikeweed's obsession. He's got box seat season tickets, he keeps close track of his favorite players, and he consistently cleans up in the office hockey pool. Just one problem, he's terrified of pucks. Cost, 100 sun, recharge fast. I give the Spikeweed a 4. Because it's... well, actually, you know what? Okay, change that. I'm gonna give it a 3. Because you need 3 Spikeweed just to kill one regular zombie. That I felt was kind of disappointing. I always thought that was only one Spikeweed need to kill one zombie, and if that was the case, then I would give it a 4 or maybe even a 5. But if it takes 3 to kill one zombie, then I'm gonna have to give it a 3. Sorry, Spikeweed, moving on. Torchwood. Torchwoods turn peas that pass through them into fireballs that deal twice as much damage. Special, doubles the damage of peas that pass through it. Fireballs deal damage to nearby zombies on impact. Everybody likes and respects Torchwood. They like him for his integrity, for his steadfast friendship, for his ability to greatly maximize P damage, but Torchwood has a secret. He cannot read. Oh boy. Cost is 175 sun and recharges fast. Torchwood. Oh boy, how do I rate this? Because there are 2 ratings I'd like to give it, and here's why. If you use it with a whole crapload of 3-peaters, then I give it a 5. But if you use it with just regular repeaters and P-shooters, then I give it a 4. Because with so many 3-peaters, or actually for that matter Galleon peas, with so many Galleon peas or 3-peaters behind it, it deals massive damage and can definitely take care of a group of zombies, no problem at all. So I give it 2 ratings, 5 if you're using it with repeaters and Galleon peas, 4 if you're using it with P-shooters and repeaters. But don't worry, that should be the only plant that I'm going to be giving 2 ratings in this list. Moving on, tall nuts. Tall nuts are heavy-duty wall plants that cannot be vaulted over. Toughness is very high. Special can't be vaulted or jumped over. People wonder if there's a rivalry between walnut and tall nut. Tall nut laughs a rich baritone laugh. How could there be anything between us? We are brothers. If you knew what walnut has done for me, Tallnut's voice trails off and he smiles knowingly. Oh my god. That is rich. Costs 425 sun, recharges slow. Unlike the walnut, the tall nut has 2 uses, and therefore, I give it a 4. I think it's much more useful than the walnut. If you have to choose between walnut and tall nut, go with the tall nut. It'll be much worth your time, even though it costs 75 more sun than the walnut. It's definitely worth it, no matter what anyone else says. And so, with that, everybody, we are going to move on to the sea shrooms. Moving on to fog levels now. Oh boy. Sea shrooms are aquatic plants that shoot short-range spores. Damage is normal, range is short. Must be planted in water and sleeps during the day. Sea shroom has never seen the sea. It's in his name. He's heard loads about it, but he's just never found the time. One day, though, it'll go down. It costs 0 sun, recharges slow, and thus I'm going to rate it the same way I rated this puff shrooms, and that'd be a 4. I think the sea shroom is definitely just worth it as the puff shroom. It's, you can't beat 0 sun, and it does exactly what the pea shroom does. Puff shroom does, but in the water. And so, you guys get the idea. Next up, we have the Plantern. Planterns light up in areas, letting you see through fog. Range, 1 lane. Special lets you see through the fog. Plantern defies science. He just does. Other plants eat light and excrete oxygen. Plantern eats darkness and excretes light. Plantern's cagey about how he does it. I'm not gonna say sorcery. I wouldn't use the term dark forces. I think I've said enough. Oh boy, cost 25 sun, recharge slow. I give it a... oh boy. I'm gonna give the Plantern a... let's see. I'm gonna give it a 1. Sorry guys, but I think the Plantern is useless. Especially once you get the Plantern. You might use it maybe once, maybe twice, but please don't use it. It's not worth it. I mean, sorry Plantern, I understand how you feel, but I'm gonna have to give you 1. Because there's just no contest. Sorry. Moving on. Cactus. Cactuses shoot spikes that can hit both ground and air targets. Damage is normal, range is ground and air. She's prickly. Sure, but Cactus's spikes belly a spongy heart filled with love and goodwill. She just wants to hug and be hugged. Most folks can't hang with that, but Cactus doesn't mind. She's been seeing an armadillo for a while, and it really seems to be working out. Costs 125 sun and recharges fast. I'm gonna give the Cactus a 4 because, in addition to being just like a pea shooter, it can also, take care of balloon zombies for you. So, I honestly think Cactus is definitely worth it. If you have a balloon zombie, set of zombies, then definitely go with the Cactus, okay? Okay, Blover, which is the much more useful relative of the Plantern, which I give a 4. Blovers blow away all balloon zombies in fog. Usage, single use, instant. Special, blows away all balloon zombies. When Blover was 5, he got a shiny new birthday cake. Blover made his wish, puffed and puffed, but was able to extinguish only 60% of the candles. Instead of giving up though, he used that early defeat as a catalyst to push himself harder ever since. And boy was it worth it! Costs 100 sun and recharges fast. You guys already know how I feel about the Blover. I think it's a much more useful version of the Plantern. Definitely go with it, because not only will it actually get rid of the fog entirely, unlike the Plantern, but it will also get rid of balloon zombies. Definitely go with the Blover. It's more worth your time than the Plantern. Okay, so moving on to the Split Peas. Split Peas shoot peas forward and backwards. Damage is normal, range forward and backwards, firing speed 1 times forward, 2 times backwards. Yeah, I'm a Gemini, says Split Pea. I know, big surprise, but having 2 heads, or really 1 head with a large head-like growth on the back, pays off a big in my line of work. It costs 125 sun and recharges fast. So, it's basically a pea shooter with a repeater that shoots backwards. Therefore, I give it a 3. Now, yeah, I guess it's important to have this on, whenever you have those stupid digger zombies, but really, think about it, that's the only use for them. Other than that, they're really just a regular pea shooter that costs extra 25 sun extra. So, yeah, I can see it sort of being useful, but only when the digger zombie's around, so that's why I give it only a 3. Okay, so next up, Starfruit. Starfruits shoot stars in 5 directions. Damage is normal, range 5 directions. Aw man, says Starfruit. I went to the dentist the other day, and he said I have 4 cavities. I've got, count it, 1 tooth. 4 cavities in 1 tooth. How does this happen? Costs 125 sun and recharges fast. You guys know how I feel about this guy, so I'm gonna give him a 1. Uno Moss. No, not Moss, because there's not one more, but 1. He gets 1. You guys know how I feel about the Starfruit. Based off the things I've said about it, I'm definitely gonna have to give a Starfruit a 1. Because I honestly think Starfruit is one of, if not the most useless plants in the entire game. Well, actually, I think there's one that's slightly more useless, but we'll get into that once we get to it. But yes, Starfruit, definitely a 1. It's useless. It just doesn't help you at all. The fact that it's so random which zombies it attacks. Even when it does attack zombies, it doesn't do much damage. The only place where the Starfruit is really useful is that one minigame and 4-10 when they deliberately give it to you, so you're pretty much forced to use it then. So you guys get it. Starfruit 1. Moving on. Pumpkin. Pumpkins protect plants that are within their shells. Toughness high. Special, can be planted over another plant. Pumpkin hasn't heard from his cousin Renfield today. Apparently Renfield's a big star. Some kind of, what was it, super sports hero? Peggle Master? Pumpkin doesn't really get it. He just does his job. Costs 125 sun, recharges slow. I give the pumpkin a 4 because think about it. Being able to protect all of your plants individually instead of just as a whole because of tall nut is much more efficient. Not only that, but the fact that you can put the pumpkins on top of tall nuts and give yourself like the cheapest defense in the world, it's definitely worth it. So pumpkin, you definitely deserve your rating as a 4 on my scale. Next up, we have magnet shrooms. Magnet shrooms remove helmets and other metal objects from zombies. Range, nearby zombies. Special, removes metal objects from zombies. Sleeps during the day. Magnetism is a powerful force, very powerful. Sometimes it scares Magnet Shroom a little. He's not sure if he can handle that kind of responsibility. Costs 100 sun, and recharge is fast. Okay, so you guys have seen me use this plant not that often, so it seems reasonable enough that I'm going to give it a 3, despite how useful it is. I think it's very useful, but for some reason I just don't find myself using it that often, because for one, I just don't like using plants, like, unless they're like quick use and like just kill a bunch of zombies for you. I can see like the magnet shroom like being useful for weakening zombies that have metal stuff on them, but honestly I typically deal with them just fine without the magnet shroom. So, but I'm not saying the magnet shroom is useless. I think it's better, so that's why I'm giving it a better score than Starfruit or some of the other plants that have given lower scores on. So that's my take on the magnet shroom. Moving on. Cabbage Pults. Moving on to the roof level plants. Cabbage Pults hurl cabbages at the enemy. Damage is normal. Range is lobbed. Cabbage Pult is okay with launching cabbages at zombies. It's what he's paid for after all, and he's good at it. He just doesn't understand how the zombies get up on the roof in the first place. Costs 100 sun, and recharge is fast. I'm gonna give the Cabbage Pult a... I'm kinda unsure about this, but I think it's fair. Let's give it a 4. Because it's all you get in the beginning of the roof levels, and it's useless. I mean, sorry, not useless, it's useful, actually. Because it's all you get for defending yourself in the beginning of the roof levels, and it does its job. It takes care of the zombies for you in the early roof levels, so therefore, I think it rightfully deserves a 4. Moving on. Flower Pot. Flower pots let you plant on the roof. Special, allows you to plant on the roof. Pfft. Yeah, restated much. I'm a pot for planting, yet I'm also a plant. Has your mind exploded yet? Cost 25 sun, recharge fast. It's a 4. You guys, I'm pretty sure that if you give this plant less than a 4, then I don't know what's wrong with you, because you cannot plant plants on the roof without these guys. So I'm gonna have to give them a 4 because of how essential they are. Now, fun fact, they do have a face on them, just like every other plant in this game. Like every plant, I don't know if you guys realize this, but every plant in this game has a face on it. Every plant does. And if you try to argue with me, then you're not looking close enough at the plant, because every plant has a face on it. So if you look closely on the flower pot, on the bottom half of it, you can just barely make out a face right there. And I did not mean make out as in make out with it, because making out with a flower pot would be kind of odd. But moving on. Kernel Pult. Kernel Pults fling corn kernels and butter at zombies. Damage, light, kernel, normal, butter. So basically what that means is that when it fires just regular old kernels, it does like maybe half the damage that a pea shooter would with each piece. So it's a little weaker. But when it hits a zombie with butter, well, let's move on. Range lobbed, special, butter immobilizes zombies is what I meant. Because in addition to doing normal damage, it also immobilizes the zombies, so it makes up for that. Colonel Pult is the eldest of the Pult brothers. Of the 3 of them, Colonel is the only one who consistently remembers the other's birthdays. He bugs them about it a little too. Costs 100 sun and recharge is fast. Now, I would give the Kernel Pult a 3, but because of its awesome upgrade, I'm going to give it a 4. Normally, I would have given it a 3 because of how weak it is, but I think it deserves a 4 because of its awesome upgrade, and we'll be getting to that later once we get to that upgrade. And next up, we have the Coffee Bean. Use coffee beans to wake up sleeping mushrooms. Usage, single use, instant. Special, can be planted over another plant, wakes up mushrooms. Hey guys, hey, says Coffee Bean. Hey, what's up? Who's that? Hey, did you see that thing? What thing? Whoa, lions! Yep, Coffee Bean sure does get excited. Costs 75 sun and recharge is fast. I'm kind of unsure about this. I'm kind of leaning more towards a 3, but at the same time, we would not have been able to get that, what was that, good morning achievement without this guy. So I'm gonna give him a 4. Because even though that's the only time I use him, it's essential, so we'll give Coffee Bean some slack here. You know, unlike some other plants again. Alright, next up is Garlic. Garlic diverts zombies into other lanes. Usage on contact. Special. Diverts zombies into other lanes. Lane diversion isn't just Garlic's profession, it's his passion. He carries an advanced doctorate in redirection from the Brussels University. He'll talk all day about lane vectors and repulse arrays. He even pushes things into alternate avenues at home. Somehow his wife puts up with it. Costs 50 sun and recharge is fast. This plant is essential for certain sebs that you may want to have, and because of that, I'm gonna give him a 4 because of the Wario setup. Without the Wario setup, let me tell you guys, I probably would not have been able to get that Sunny Days achievement unless I followed the advice of someone who there were people in the comments who told me about a way to do the Sunny Days achievement without using the Garlic step, but in my personal opinion, it's more fun to use Garlic. So, Garlic, I love you. I'm gonna give you a 4 because you're just essential to having really awesome sebs. So I'm gonna give him a 4. All right, next up we have the Umbrella Leaf. Umbrella leaves protect nearby plants from bungees and catapults. Special protects an adjacent plants from bungees and catapults. Sproing, says Umbrella Leaf. Did you like that? I can do it again. Sproing! Woo! That's me popping up to protect stuff around me. Yeah, just like that. Exactly like that. Believe it. Costs 100 sun and recharge is fast. This plant is very important when you have catapult zombies, and also very important when you have bungee zombies. And so, because of its fairly low cost, I'm going to cut some slack and give it a 4. I probably would have leaned more towards a 3, since it can't defend itself from zombies that are heading directly towards it. But considering it protects the plants around it from, bungee zombies and catapults and stuff like that, I'm going to give him some slack and give him a 4. Next up we have Marigold. Marigolds give you silver and gold coins. Special gives coins. Marigold spends a lot of time deciding whether to spit out a silver coin or a gold one. She thinks about it, weighs the angles. She does solid research and keeps up with current publications. That's how winners stay ahead. Costs 50 sun and recharge is slow. Alright, Marigolds. Now, I have not had some really nice things to say about the Marigold. I was not really a big fan of it. But here's the thing. I'm going to cut it just a little bit of slack. I know I've been doing that a lot with plants lately, but I'm going to cut it a little slack. A little bit more than the Starfruit. So, Marigold gets my rating of 2 for lame. But it's not useless. And here's why. The rich setup in Last Stand. You just can't do that awesome set. It gives you a lot of coins in Last Stand without the Marigold. And because of that, I'm gonna give the Marigold 2 and not a 1. I was gonna give it a 1, but you know what? I think it deserves at least a 2. But still not that good. Alright, next up we have Melon Pulse. Melon Pulse do heavy damage to groups of zombies. Damage is heavy, range is lobbed. Special, melons damage nearby enemies on impact. There's no false modesty with Melon Pulse. Sun for damage, I deliver the biggest punch on the lawn, he says. I'm not bragging. Run the numbers, you'll see. Cost 300 sun, recharge is fast. I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm gonna give it a 5 because the Melon Pulse is a beast. Melon Pulse, there's just no comparison. Melon Pulse are awesome and I love them so much. You guys know how all the talking up I did about them in my LP, so I think it rightfully deserves a 5 because of how awesome it is. Sure, the cost is a little bit much, but, you know, as long as you use the Wario sub, these guys are no problem. You will have no problem affording these guys, and you will not be disappointed with their performance. Alright, next up, moving on to the upgrade plans. Galleon P. Galleon P shoot 4 Ps at a time. Damage is normal for each P. Firing speed 4 times. Must be planted on repeaters. Galleon P's parents were concerned when he announced his intention to join the military. But honey, it's so dangerous, they said in unison. Galleon P refuses to budge. Life is dangerous, he replied, eyes glinting with steely conviction. Cost 250 sun and recharge is very slow. The Galleon P, if you use it with a torchwood, it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. And therefore, I give it a 5. Galleon Ps are, again, just like the Melon Pulse, they are a beast. And you should definitely consider getting them if you're going to have repeaters in your set. Definitely consider it. Yes, you will pay a lot more sun, but in the end, it'll be worth it. Think about it. Alright, moving on. Twin Sunflower. Twin Sunflowers get twice as much sun as normal sunflower. Sun production, double. Must be planted on sunflowers. It was a crazy night of forbidden science that brought Twin Sunflower into existence. Thunder crashed overhead, strange lights flickered, even the very roaring wind seemed to hiss its angry denial. But to no avail. Twin Sunflower was alive. Alive! Cost 150 sun and recharge is very slow. Alright, Twin Sunflowers. I gave the regular Sunflower a 4, so Twin Sunflower, I give you a 5. Twin Sunflowers, they are very useful when you just want to have as much sun as possible. If you want to rush yourself over to that Sunny Days achievement, Twin Sunflower is the way to go. And if you have a set that gets a lot of Twin Sunflowers, then you can definitely have as many Melon Pulse and as many, all the other powerful plants you want. So, Twin Sunflower, I think they rightly deserve a 5. Because they are pretty good. Next up is Gloom Shroom. Gloom Shrooms release heavy fumes in an area around themselves. Must be planted on fume shrooms. I've always enjoyed releasing heavy fumes, said the pothead. Says Gloom Shroom. I know a lot of people aren't cool with that. They say it's rude or that it smells bad. All I can say is, would you rather have your brains eaten by zombies? Costs 150 sun, recharges very slow. Okay, obviously the Gloom Shroom is a pothead. Okay, I apologize. Anyone who might be watching this about that, but that's just what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that's what it's hinting at, and that's rich. Okay, so Gloom Shroom. I think it's a very powerful plant, and if you use it, I think the best places you could possibly use it would be in either fog levels or pool levels that are very long. Like, you know, especially the rich step that involve the Gloom Shrooms, yes. These guys are very overpowered, and therefore they rightfully deserve a 5, because they are pretty powerful. Like, they may not seem that powerful, but believe me, they are. Just watch them in action, and trust me on that, they are extremely powerful. Okay, next up we have the Cattail. Got the Cattails, got those Cattails in the pool. Cattails can attack any lane and shoot down balloon zombies too. Must be planted on lily pads. Woof, says Cattail. Woof woof woof. Does this confuse you? Do you expect me to say meow like a cat just because the word cat is in my name, and I also look like a cat? That's not how things work around here. I refuse to be pigeonholed. Costs 225 sun, recharge is very slow. I would give the Cattail 5, but I don't really consider it to be overpowered like most of the other plants here, because Really, you guys saw how that worked out for me when I tried to use these guys in Last Stand, and when I tried to, you know, like how they had like some sort of like downfall in Survival Pool Hard. Yeah, it didn't work out so well. So I'm gonna give the Cattail a 4. Sorry, Cattail, but you are the black sheep of the upgrade plans, and I'm gonna have to give you just that. Alright, moving on. Wintermelon. Wintermelons do heavy damage in slow groups of zombies. Damage, very heavy. Range, lobbed. Firing speed, half times. Special, melons damage and freeze nearby enemies on impact. Must be planted on melon pults. Wintermelon tries to calm his nerves. He hears the zombies approach. Will he make it? Will anyone make it? Cost 200 sun. Recharge is very slow. Wintermelon. You guys know I gave the melon pult a 5. Well, I'm gonna give the Wintermelon a 5 as well. I mean, think about it. It freezes zombies on top of, you know, doing massive splash damage to them. So, it's pretty obvious. Wintermelon deserves a 5 if Melon Pult gets a 5. So, yes, and Wintermelon is one of my favorite plants in the game, and I would love to use it in any survival mode. Like, it's just essential. Even if you have to have only like one column of them just to get by. Alright, next up we have the Gold Magnet. Gold magnets collect coins and diamonds for you. Must be planted on magnet rooms. How did I end up here? Asked Gold Magnet. I was on the fast track, corner office, full benefits, stock options. I was gonna be vice president of Midwestern operations. Now I'm here on this lawn, in serious danger of being eaten to death. Ooh, a coin. Cost 50 sun, recharge very slow. Now, I gave the magnet room a 4. No, a 3 actually. And the gold magnet, really the only time I'd see anyone using it would be in that rich set. Like, I'm being totally honest here. And not only that, but it does not, like, it doesn't actually do what the magnet room does. It doesn't, like, you know, like, reel in the metal objects on a zombie's head, on a zombie's head, like a magnet room does. It just has a totally separate, you know, thing that's not really all that useful. So, therefore, I give the gold magnet a 3. I don't want to be harsh and I give it a 2, but because I think it's a bit more useful than marigolds, I guess. But yeah, it's just as vulnerable as marigolds at the same time. Alright, next up we have Spike Rock. Spike Rocks pop multiple tires and damage zombies that walk over it. Must be planted on spike weeds. Spike Rock just got back from a trip to Europe. He had a great time, met some wonderful people, really broadened his horizons. He never knew they made museums so big or put so many paintings in them. That was a big surprise for him. Costs 125 sun and recharge is very slow. The Spike Rock is extremely useful when you have Gargantuars and Zombonis. And because of that, I'm going to give it a 5. I mean, think about it. When you have Gargantuars, you know, like filling up the screen, they're going to have to spend time hitting the Spike Rock 9 times before they can finally, like, move ahead on your lawn. So, if you have, like, 3 or so of these Spike Rock things, the Gargantuars are not going to get anywhere, and they're probably going to get killed, as long as you have melon bolts or stuff like that, attacking them before they even get halfway across your lawn. So, Spike Rocks, I give you a 5. Because you definitely earned it. Alright, next up we have the Cob Cannon. Click on the Cob Cannon to launch deadly cobs of corn. Must be planted on 2 side-by-side kernel pults. What's the deal with Cob Cannon anyway? He went to Harvard, he practiced law in a prestigious New York firm, he can explode whole areas of zombies with a single corn launch. All this is common knowledge, but deep inside, what really makes him tick? Cost 500 sun, recharge very slow. Instant 5. Cobby, I love you, you get a 5. It's no contest, Cobby gets a 5. Because he's that good. He's the reason why the kernel pult is given a 4 instead of a 3. He's the reason we won most of the survival hards. And so because of that, Cobby definitely earned his top spot as ranking 5. So, nobody can argue with that. And so, that's about it for planets, except for when you go to the top left corner over here, you'll see the faint image of the Imitator. Here it is. Imitator. Imitators let you use 2 of the same plant during a level. I remember the zombie wars back in '76, says the imitator in a raspy old man's voice. Back then, we didn't have all these fancy pea shooters and jalapenos. All we had was guts and a spoon. Alright, so there's no other notes about the imitator. And I'm going to give the imitator a 4. I don't know about 5 because yes, it can it's nice to have two of the same plants, but it's not so useful that I give it a 5. Like, it's not overpowered. So, I mean, because it takes just as long to charge up an imitator for that particular plant as it does for that real plant. So, imitator gets a 4. And that, my friends, is it for all the plants. And so next, we're going to go back to the Almanac Index and now look at all the zombies. Thankfully, there are less zombies than there are plants. There's only like 26 zombies, I do believe. Yep, 26 zombies on this almanac. And there's actually, there is another type of zombie that we will not encounter until I stream Survival Endless, because that is the only place you will see those zombies. And man, you will wish you have never seen them once you see them. But for now, we don't have to worry about them because they were not in the actual story mode. So, moving on. First things first, we have the regular zombie. Regular garden variety zombie. Toughness, low. This zombie loves brains. Can't get enough. Brains, brains, brains. Day in and night out. Old and stinky brains, rotten brains. Brains clearly past their prime. Doesn't matter. Regular zombie wants some. Alright. Now moving on. Flag zombie. Flag zombie marks the arrival of a huge pile or wave of zombies. Toughness, low. Make no mistake, Flag Zombie loves brains, but somewhere down the line he also picked up a fascination with flags. Maybe it's because the flags always have brains on them. Hard to say. Moving on, Conehead Zombie. His traffic cone headpiece makes him twice as tough as normal zombies. I was right. So they take 20 hits from pea shooters. Toughness is medium. Conehead Zombie shuffled mindlessly forward like every other zombie, but something made him stop. Made him pick up a traffic cone and stick it up on his head. Oh yeah, he likes to party. Indeed he does. Pole vaulting zombie. Pole vaulting zombie vaults with a pole. Okay. Toughness medium. Speed fast than normal after jump. Special. Jumps the first plant he runs into. Some zombies make it further, aspire more, push themselves beyond the normal into greatness. That's pole vaulting zombie right there. That is so him. Indeed it is. Buckethead zombie. His bucket hat makes him extremely resistant to damage. Toughness, high. Weakness, magnet room. Buckethead zombie always wore a bucket. Part of it was to assert his uniqueness in an uncaring world. Mostly he just forgot it was there in the first place. And also bucketheads, I do believe they probably take like 30 hits. They're probably 3 times as powerful as regular zombies. But that's just my guess, but I'm pretty sure it's a good guess, and it's probably right. Next up we have the newspaper zombie. His newspaper provides limited defense. Toughness low, newspaper toughness low, speed normal, then fast after losing newspaper. Newspaper zombie was this close to finishing his Sudoku puzzle. No wonder he's freaking out. Yeah, it makes sense now. Screen door zombie. His screen door is an effective shield. Toughness, low. Screen door toughness, high. Weakness, fume shroom and magnet shroom. He got his screen door from the last inexpertly defended home he visited, after he ate the head owner's brains. Oh, how scary. Next up, we have Football Zombie, or Seahawk Zombie as I like to call them in the Let's Play. Football Zombie makes the big plays. Toughness, very high. Speed, fast. Weakness, magnet room. Football Zombie gives 110% whenever he's on the field. He's a team player who delivers both offensively and defensively. He has no idea what a football is. Well, that's funny. Okay, so I'm gonna guess that football zombies take 40 hits, because from what I've seen, they are more powerful than bucketheads. Like, it seems like they are, and it only makes sense because they not only have this huge helmet on their head, but they also have like all this armor, so yeah, I would assume they're more powerful. Alright, next up we have the dancing zombie, or the Michael Jackson zombie as everyone calls him. Any resemblance between a dancing zombie and persons living or dead is purely coincidental. I'm pretty sure that's a direct reference to the fact that Michael Jackson died the same year this game came out. Literally. He died in June 2009. This game came out in like, was it November or December 2009? Yeah, one of them. So, this game knows about what happened. Toughness is medium. Special summons backup dancers. Dancing Zombie's latest album, Grar Brains Are Blarl, is already rocketing up the undead charts. Indeed it is. Backup dancer. These zombies appear in a sense of 4 whenever Dancing Zombies rocks out. Toughness, low. Backup dancer zombie spent 6 years perfecting his art at the Juilliard Performing Arts School in Zombie, New York City. Okay. Ducky tube zombie. The ducky tube allows the zombie to float on water. Toughness low, only appears in the pool. It takes a certain kind of zombie to be a ducky tuber. Not every zombie can handle it. Some crack, they can't take it, they walk away and give up on brains forever. That's sad. Well, I guess not in my case. Snorkel zombie. Snorkel zombies can swim underwater. Toughness low. Special emergency submerges to avoid attacks. Only appears in the pool. Zombies don't breathe. They don't need air. So why does Snorkel zombie need a snorkel to swim underwater? Answer: peer pressure. Pfft. Don't give in to peer pressure, man, or you'll end up like a snorkel zombie. Alright, Zomboni. Toughness high, special crushes plants. Leaves an ice trail, not to be mistaken for a Zomboni restricted brand ice resurfacing machine. Zomboni restricted and the image of the ice resurfacing machine are registered trademarks of Frank J. Zomboni and Corporation Inc. and Zomboni is used with permission. For all your non-zombie related ice resurfacing needs, visit Zamboni.com, which I don't know if is an actual website, but you guys can check it out if you want to. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm probably going to forget to before I upload this. Alright, next up we have the zombie bobsled team. These zombies appear in teams of 4. Toughness low, each zombie. Bobsled toughness low. Special, only appears in ice. Zombie bobsled team worked hard to get where they are. They live together, eat brains together, and train together to become a cohesive zombie unit. Indeed they do. Dolphin Rider Zombie. Dolphin Rider Zombies use dolphins to exploit weaknesses in your pool defense. Toughness, medium. Speed, fast and slow after jump. Special, jumps over the first plane he runs into. Only appears in the pool. Dolphin is also a zombie. That's a fun fact right there. In case you guys thought zombies were cute and all. Which they are, but definitely not zombie dolphins. Jack in the Box Zombie. Which reminds me, I really want Jack in the Box right now. I'm so hungry. This zombie carries an explosive surprise. Toughness, medium, speed, fast. Special, Jack in the Box explodes. Weakness, magnet room. This zombie shivers, not because he's cold, but because he's crazy. Indeed he is. Indeed he is. They are the one who killed Kabi, and I'm so going to punch you in the face for that. Moving on. Balloon Zombie. Balloon Zombie floats above the fray, immune to most attacks. Toughness, slow, special flying, weakness, cactus, and blower. Balloon Zombies really lucked out. The balloon thing really works and none of the other zombies have picked up on it. Clearly haven't. They can clearly see him using it, but they don't use it themselves. Oh man. Okay, next zombie. Digger Zombie. This zombie digs to bypass your defenses. Toughness, medium, speed, fast, and slow. Special, tunnels underground, and appears on the left side of the lawn. Weakness, split pea, and magnet room. Digger Zombie spends 3 days a week getting his excavation permits in order. Alright. Pogo Zombie. Pogo Zombie hops to bypass your defenses. Toughness, medium, special, hops over plants. Weakness, magnet room, and tall. That's what the game should have mentioned here. Sproing, sproing, sproing. That's the sound of a powerful and effective zombie doing what he does best. Can he play the trumpet while hopping a pogo stick? I think not. Alright, next up we have the mysterious zombie Yeti. A rare and curious creature. Toughness high. Special, runs away after a short time. Little is known about the zombie Yeti other than his name, birth date, social security number, educational history, past work experience, and sandwich preference. Roast beef and Swiss. Oh boy, the humor in this game is endless, I tell you. Alright, Bungee Zombie. Bungee Zombie attacks from above. Toughness, medium, special, descends from the sky and steals a plant. Bungee Zombie loves to take risks. After all, what's the point of being dead if you don't live a little? That makes no sense at all, but I see what you're saying. Ladder zombie. Ladder zombie climbs over obstacles. Toughness, medium. Ladder toughness, medium. Speed, fast and slow after placing ladder. Weakness, human shroom and magnet shroom. He picked the ladder up for $8.99. $8.99? What a ripoff, man. You could have gone for $8.98, dude. Seriously? You could have gotten it for $8.98 on Amazon. I'm pretty sure you could. Wow, what a ripoff, man. Catapult zombie. Catapult zombie operates heavy machinery. Toughness, medium, special. Laws basketballs at your plants. Of all the things Catapult zombie could launch with his catapult, basketball seemed like the best and most obvious choice. Well, yeah, I consider his catapult looks like a basketball hoop. Alright, moving on. Gargantuar. Gargantuar is a gigantic zombie. Toughness extremely high. When Gargantuar walks, the earth trembles. When he moans, other zombies fall silent. He is the zombie other zombies dream they could be, but he still can't find a girlfriend. Aww. So that's why he's got this monkey on his back called an imp. Imps are tiny zombies hurled by Gargantuar deep into your defenses. Toughness low. Imp may be small, but he's wiry. He's proficient in zombie judo, zombie karate, and zombie bare knuckle brawling. He also plays the melodica. Imp, if I remember correctly, can only take 3 hits from P-Shirts. That's how weak they are. I'll let you know that. Useless bit of information. And finally, last but not least, Dr. Edgar Zomboss. Don't know why they don't have the full name here. Dr. Zomboss rules them all. Toughness in Zombie Shell. Extreme. Edgar George... Oh, that's his full name. Edgar George Zomboss achieved his decorative in thanatology in only 2 years, quickly mastering thanatological technology. He built this fearsome zombot, and set out establishing absolute dominance of his local subdivision. Interesting. And that, my friends, concludes the Suburban Almanac. So, I'd like to thank you guys for watching this first bonus episode, Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. I really see only one more bonus episode, and that would be showing off my completed Zen Garden on my other file, and, this is not the one, and finishing off the Wisdom Tree at 100 feet, because right now, it's only at 60 feet right now. Let's see it one more time. Just to show once again that does not give any more wisdom once it gets to a certain height. Yep, there we go. And we'll play some music for our kelp vine. Even though I'm still hate it after what happened last year. Don't even remind me of that. Even though I'm the only one who's reminding myself of that. And with all that, everyone, see you guys next time for the final bonus episode, Let's Play Plants vs. Zombies. And be sure you're watching the streams on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Twitch. If you don't want to miss me playing Puzzle Mode, Endless, the Base Breaker, or iZombie Endless, or, lastly, Survival Endless. And until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.